guys, this one's a quick one. Keep it simple September. Does it get any more simple than black and white? Okay, so I pulled out my Smash pad. This is a 12 by 12 Smash. It's Smash is the brand. I believe I picked it up from Kmart years and years ago, and it is literally black and white pattern papers. That's it. No florals, nothing like that, just spots, dots, and squares. That's pretty much what it is. So I decided that I was going to pull these out. Now, I did say to you guys the other day that I was looking at wanting to do, actually it was in the live, I wanted to do one of those, you sort of see the wedges coming out from behind the subject source, the photos, the something like that. Anyway, I decided this is going to be it. And I did this in a power scrap style. So if you're new to my channel, I have actually got a section called Power Scrapping, and I am thinking about maybe that's how I'm going to scrap maybe bring some of that back. Something that I really like is when I sit down and when you don't think about it, you know what you want to do in your head and you just make it happen. And you just make decisions and you make them quickly. That is not always conducive to good video watching when it comes to YouTube, but it definitely breaks you out of the overthinking. It breaks you out of that. And sometimes, come on, you be honest with me now. You do it, right? I do it, you do it. We all do it. Now, the thing is, I used my Cricut to cut my title, which to me, I don't think that's cheating. That to me is still keeping it simple because it's making it easy. I have the tool. For my titles, I use everything from thickers, stickers to my Cricut and my manual die cut machine. So all of the above I use, and I'll be completely honest with you. I absolutely love it. Now, this title that I'm putting down here is my offset. Now, I did a 0.89 offset on this one, and as you can see, I am literally just not thinking about it. It's all black and white. So I've eliminated colors, clashing, all that sort of bizzo. I have seen layouts similar to this. Have I watched videos on them? No. I'm just winging it. This is just what I'm doing. This is how I think I'm going to create these wedges. Does it matter if I waste a little bit of paper? This paper pad's been in my collection for a very long time. So, doesn't faze me one bit. Now, I'm not all about wasting paper, but sometimes you just got to get in there. These are offcuts from a previous layout. So, I wanted to just create like slivers and maybe fold them a bit to get a little bit of extra texture in there. After I folded them, I realized I don't really want to add foam underneath them. I just want them to go down relatively neatly, and yeah, I loved them. I did come in with my distressing tool and go around the edges just to sort of add a bit of extra texture. Now, I do not like my haircut is the title, because last year my Chihuahua decided that she was going to get mats in her hair. Now, she's a long-haired Chihuahua and it's around her ears. She has this hair that is so light you can't even feel it. Like, it's that wispy light. Anyway, she ended up getting it all matted. So I said, you know what? You're getting shaved. Never shaved her before. Never really felt the need for it. And she was 6 years old and I went, that's it, you're getting shaved. Well, it was hilarious. She despised me like I was some kind of evil criminal that had done this to her. And she was cooler than the other dogs for the summer. So I stand by the fact that I did the right thing for her. But her little ears, without all those wispy bits coming down the side, she just looked so funny. And she despised me. And as you can see in the photo, she's not looking at me. I'm trying to lift her head up to look at me and she refused. So it was a little bit funny. but I didn't do it with malicious intent. I did it with 100%. I had to get rid of the mat because you don't want any dog with any sort of slightly longer hair, you don't want them matted in any way, shape, or form. So I am literally just smashing this page out. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not over processing it. I know that I wanted to do those sort of wedges. I was thinking about coming in with some pen work, but I think it would have made the papers look a little bit, I don't know, muddy or something. I don't know. I don't know if that would have been a positive for the page. That's why I didn't do it. But this is the offset. So I'm putting the offset down first, and then I come in with the actual title that goes on top of it. And by simply being all black and white, you have no idea how freeing that is. Give it a crack. Give it a go. Honestly, it doesn't matter if you've got a child in a little red dress. Do it on a black and white layout. Stunning. Bright yellow Tweety Bird outfit. Princess outfit. Do it on a black and white layout. They pop. They jump off the page at you. You might have a black and white dog like I've got, and do that with a black and white layout. It pops. There's so many different ways you can pull it together. Yes, I realised that my title was a little bit too far over. The cut and the exclamation marks, it's a bit too much of a gap there, but you know what? I'm not sweating the small stuff. Don't sweat it. Just keep going. So I pulled out my Distress Oxide Black Soot ink, and I pulled out my little finger dobber. The reason I use the finger dobber is because it takes less inking up to get on the page. Like I don't feel like I'm wasting as much ink when I'm putting it down because it's not sort of all over the place. That's just my take on it. It's and yeah, so I absolutely love it. I love how this came out. I did think, now I have this issue with black soot all the time. It says it's black soot, and yes, it looks like black soot, but it's not jet black. So it's one of those things that bugs me sometimes, but I let it slide this time because it was the right color and it kept me within the black and white little space that I put myself in. And there you go, Carmel, just for you. I am putting my glue down first. That was honestly 2022, that was the best bit of information that anyone had given me. It was that. Put your glue down, because the art glitter glue dries and you don't see it anyway. And if you put a bit down and there's no, like it didn't quite cover it, it doesn't matter. It's really good. Honestly, try doing your titles like this. If you're a Cricut or Silhouette or Brother Scanning Cut, if that's your jam and you like doing this sort of thing, try doing it like this. It makes it so much quicker. Now, what else can I tell you about this layout? I've told you everything I used. I literally used 3 things. I used the black soot ink. I used clear DYMONTIES, which I come in with very, very soon. And I used the Smashbook. Now, the Smashbook, I've actually got the 6x6 version of it as well, because I thought when I bought it, it was like $6 or something. It was crazy cheap. And I bought both of them thinking that I would end up using it a lot more than I have. I just never reach for it. I don't know why. It's really good. I like all the textures and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, so I absolutely love how this turns out in the end. As you can see, I just went through and glued those down. And it's at this point that I pull out I knew it needed more. Like, that wasn't finished. You could stop it there. You could stop there and it would be fine. I feel like I would rip you guys off if I didn't add some bling to this page. There has to be some bling on it because it just needs it. I just think it needs it. So these little crystals in this little container, I bought half a dozen of these containers. I think they were from Amazon. From memory, they were Amazon, and they're actually for fingernails. They're not actually in the scrapbooking section. And I love them. They're gorgeous. They're really tiny, but they're really sparkly, and I love them. So I just put down a heap of dots, and then in my little triangular tray, I did notice that if you're an Aussie and you're looking for any of these trays, I did notice that Lincraft actually has more of those little trays in the other day. So they come in a 3-pack. They're only about $2. They're not very expensive at all, and they're fantastic. They help you roll your DYMONTIES, your bling, your pink fresh, your bling, your glitter, all of that stuff. It helps you when you just give it a little shake, because it hits the way the bevel is on the edge of the bowl. It rolls it onto its flat side, so you can pick it up and just dob it straight down. It makes it so much quicker. That was the find of the century, and I absolutely love it. And yeah, this is the end of my layout pretty much. I just go around and add a heap of DYMONTIES. I'm using my my wax tipped pen. This one has got wax. You can see the black tip, it's got wax on it, and the other tip, I actually took, my daughter does diamond painting every so often, and she's always got heaps of that wax left over. So I just stuck some of that in the tip of it, and it works a treat. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Love it. And it was only about $2 or $3 from Crafts Online. I think it was I either got it from Crafts Online, or I got it from, where was the other place? Maybe it might have been Amazon. You know what? I actually think it might have been Amazon. It's pretty cheap anyway. But that's okay. It's all good. So I hope your week is cruising along and you have got to this luscious Friday, and your weekend is going to be filled with lots of fun and joy and happy family moments. What am I doing this weekend? I'm actually in the background. I'm doing a lot of, when you see a duck and they're nice and calm on top, but underneath they're like paddling like crazy. That's what I'm doing in the background of the YouTube channel at the moment. I'm going through and I'm creating thumbnails and numbers to go with, and I'm corresponding those numbers back to my paper pads that I keep all my information in. So I know it's an old school thing. I can't help myself. I need a hard copy of things. I know we're in the computer everything's computerized and blah, 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 but I still need a hard copy. It just is what it is. So I'm doing that in the background, and I'm trying to get myself a little bit of a catalog and a bit of a buffer going at the moment. And yeah, the day I did this, I was looking after my niece today, which is fantastic. She's such a cutie. I absolutely adore her. So if she's watching, hey, I'm not going to say your name, but I'm going to say hi. You know who you are. Yeah, so she watches my videos. She loves crafting and all that sort of thing. So yeah, that's fantastic. And yes, so I'm just going around the outside edge with my Uniball Signo Broad white pen. It's a pigment ink, so it sits on top of the cardstock, doesn't soak into it, and I absolutely loved how that looked. And then I decided I'm going to go the double border, and I went around with my bullet tip black Posca paint pen, and I ran that around the border on the white, and I loved how that looked. And a little bit of journaling, just so sometimes if I don't put the journaling in there, it looks like it's not finished. So yeah, there you go, guys. There is my layout. It is all black and white. I hope this one is still in the keep it simple September frame of mind for you guys, and let me know if there's anything else you would like me to see and do. I will be back with another video tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye for now.